Hello, I'm Katie Morton. I'm an intuitive and an energy healer.
And I'm Jennifer Palmer. I'm the owner of Nourishing Journey, an intuitive and energy healer as well.
And today we're going to talk about belief and healing.
Yay!
Yay! And what does belief have to do with healing?
Well, let's find out.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to start the conversation by talking about the observer effect. So many of you may have heard about what that is. It's actually, it's quantum physics and like how that really works. And we are not quantum physicists, but we do understand a little bit about how that is happening with healing and the observation of what is going on in any particular experience.
So from a really high level, the theory is, the observer effect is a theory, and what they realized was that observation affects reality, and it largely, the study we looked at is this study done by the Weizmann Institute of Science, and they demonstrated that electrons would change their behavior from particles to waves, or vice versa, depending on the observer, whether the observer was affecting the reality of that or not. But moving on.
Yeah, it's very interesting to think about.
Yeah, pretty wacky.
The placebo effect.
And from many medical studies, they have determined that there is a placebo effect, that if somebody believes they're receiving treatment, there is efficacy to that, and it improves the outcome. Or sometimes they'll actually wind up having side effects of a drug it's a placebo. So it doesn't necessarily improve the outcome, but it's their belief is determining the outcome.
Now, it's interesting to talk about this because there have definitely been times when I've done healings where people are surprised that they were healed with something, or that something took place and was no longer an issue in their life because they didn't really think it was going to work. So I don't think you have to always believe in what's about to happen, because sometimes things do just occur, miracles occur, things happen in your life where you're like, wow, how did that happen? But it does seem to play a really important role. If you're sick and you believe that you are going to get well, and that drinking this water in this chalice here would heal all your ailments, it's more likely that you will heal from something. But if you do not believe in the healing, it's more likely that you won't. But it's not black and white. Like, it's black and white. I just realized we're all wearing black and white today.
Indeed.
It's not black and white.
Right, and so the studies that have been done on it, it's always in percentages, and based on the study, the results can differ. But they always do. They always have a control group because they always want to know what and often they observe a placebo effect.
Yeah.
And in one study, I just have to bring this up because they did a study where there was a control group that didn't receive treatment at all, and one group received a bottle of pills clearly labeled placebo.
This cracks me up.
And they still, the 59% of those who took the placebo saw improvement.
Isn't that nuts?
Which is ridiculous. Anyway,
Yeah.
In a great way.
So, and they knew it was placebo.
And they just, anyway. So the point is, placebos, if you believe you're doing something for healing, it's often going to help you out.
Yeah. Biology of belief. So Bruce Lipton wrote this incredible book called The Biology of Belief. And his basic premise is cells are conscious and our thoughts control our DNA. And I really do believe this. This is one of the first books I read when I started waking up and realizing that healing could happen on a very deep level. And it blew my mind realizing that all those little cells, they're like little men in there just waiting for their orders.
Or ladies.
Or ladies, that's true. Why would I assume men? I don't know. All right, but these little guys.
These little things, conscious little bits.
They're roaming around just waiting for instruction. And every thought we have is telling them what to do.
Yeah.
So if we're like, I'm sick, I'm going to be sick, I'm going to die from this illness, then your body's going to start responding to that. But it is fascinating, and whatever it is we are thinking, it plays a role in our experience, especially in our health.
Yeah, and I feel like we would be remiss if we didn't mention the law of attraction, because I know that's really popular for people, and a lot of people have observed that what they think about and what they believe actually will come about in their reality. So your health and your healing is really no different.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you, Bruce Lipton, for that amazing book.
Mm-hmm.
Really, really well done. The Power of Water. So Masaru Emoto did some experiments with water where he would try different things, either words or prayer or even certain types of music, and he would do these things for different water jars and experiments, and sometimes out of certain lakes and things like that. And he would have intention around it, and then he would take samples of it and then freeze it. And all of the ones that had positive energy, such as the word love written on it, or a prayer, or some sort of healing, or just any great music, they all came out with these really beautiful crystals. And all the ones that had really low vibrational words like hate or things like that, or heavy metal music, things like that, it would show either disformed or
Just not beautiful crystals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
it would be this sort of just a
jumbled mess.
Yeah,
in
not a
some of them.
pattern. And
Yeah.
some of them just, they didn't look very nice, basically.
Yeah, and he was able to reproduce it over and over again. And there's been other studies too that people have done around that same idea with like plants and watering plants with different types of water. You know, seeing which grew better, like with the one that you intended love into the water, or intended like hatred into a water, and then you water these two plants, and the one with water with love frequency would actually grow and do really well, where the other one wouldn't. So just fun experiments, and it just seemed to make a difference. And being that our body is 70 to 80% water, you know, the things that we are constantly saying to ourselves, that water holds on to that information and then has an effect on our body, which is just fascinating.
Yeah, so watch your thoughts and your self-talk, because it's probably more important than you realize.
Yeah. Well, and that brings me, I wanted to speak about homeopathy as well, because homeopathy works because, you know, the water is so good at memorizing the frequency, the information. And so people, when they talk about this, will often bring up homeopathy. And that's one of the ways it can work so well, because it does remember. It remembers the frequency, the code. It's actually pretty cool. So when they make a homeopathic remedy, they do a mother tincture of something. It can be anything, really. And you pound it, succuss it, and it energizes it, and then they take a drop of that to, I don't know, maybe 99 drops of water, depending on the type of potency they're making. It's different drops and different, you know, ratios. And then they'll take a drop of that and succuss it again to energize it, and then take a drop of that to another 99 drops of water, and you just keep doing that until you get to the potency you're looking for. And it becomes more and more powerful the more you dilute it, which is crazy fascinating. So it becomes an energetic medicine, and it's that frequency is held within the water. So I don't know, it just fascinates me.
Yeah.
It's neat.
And it works. So
What could you do with your body, though? So healing in your body, right? So if you can think that the water is holding all of these frequencies, all of our traumas, all of our thoughts, you know, emotions, things that people have said to us that hit us, you know, we're holding that.
Yeah, and then it manifests in your body as, you know, it can be illness, tumors, even injuries or pains in your body, you know, back pain, degenerative disc disease, you know, it can really show up in a lot of different ways. And obviously it impacts your mood and the general disposition that you carry in your experience of life.
Yeah.
So when it comes to energy healing, if you get a really good energy healer who's done a lot of their work and their energy is clean and clear, then when they give you energy, it can help to push out some of those energetic blocks and raise your frequency and your body's ability to heal itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the energy as it comes through, there's so many different frequencies you can bring through in healing as well, but the frequency that you bring through, it can help push out and kind of reprogram things, right? It's beautiful to see.
Yeah, well, and there's a video that we watched. It was a Greg Braden video, and it showed it was in a hospital that does traditional Chinese, well, actually, it was energetic medicine hospital, and they were able to, you could watch it on the sonogram. They shrunk a tumor
In minutes.
In minutes. And it was via the power of belief. They held a belief, and the patient held a belief that it is done, that it is healed, and the tumor shrunk and disappeared on the sonogram.
Very, very bizarre, but amazing.
Amazing. But that brings us to subconscious healing, right? So sometimes we might believe we're going to heal, and then we don't. And why can that be, Jennifer? Why?
Oh Lord, there's so many reasons.
I know, so many reasons.
No, but just what I noticed personally, because I hear my own thoughts, right? And you're going through the day and you're like, yeah, I can heal this, or I can do this. But there's a small voice in the back of your mind that goes, but you didn't last time. Or no, that's not possible. Or, well, mom says it isn't so. Or society says it isn't so. And so that there's this struggle within. So even though you're like, no, I believe.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you really 100% do. And there could be some subconscious thoughts and
that you're
emotions
completely
even.
unaware
Yeah.
of. It can be undetectable that this is sort of going on and causing this internal wrestling match that you might not even know is there.
Yeah, so working to bring up that subconscious piece to figure out what's really going on in there, I don't know, sometimes,
Yeah.
There's definitely things that have come up for me
Yeah.
that I'm like, I didn't even know that was there.
Yeah, this is bringing to mind one, we do a lot of group events here, and there was a time that somebody, they wanted love, and they were asking Jenn, when is she gonna find love, when or how? She felt completely ready, and Jenn was sensing and getting from the spirit guides that this woman had a block to finding love. Like there was some sort of subconscious block there. The woman consciously, she felt, I'm ready, I want it, there's no hold up here. But
It was about her deserving.
Yeah. And so there were certain things that woman still had to work through and work on before she could be really opened up and ready to find that love of her life. And so when we say healing, it's not always about medical stuff. It can be about those emotional issues that we all have in our lives. And if there's anything that you've been wanting and you feel like I'm completely ready and I don't know what the holdup is, look into subconscious healing. And there are different ways you can do that. Hypnosis is a really great one. Also, access consciousness bars.
Yeah.
Can you think of any others?
Yeah, like even counseling and psychoanalysis, that kind of a thing. If you're a little more traditional, those can be helpful, just to help you see what could be really going on behind the scenes there.
Yeah, and you can also, mine your past and also your family patterns. Sometimes it's easy for you to say, well, I don't have that, but they do. But if you look at your family and you're doing that, there's a chance you probably have that somewhere in your subconscious at least.
Yeah.
And so just bringing a conscious light to your subconscious can help dissolve it.
Yeah, dream work is really good too. A lot of your subconscious fears and ideas will come up in your dreams. And sometimes even just chatting with a good friend who knows you.
And who can spot your stuff.
Yeah, they kind of point some things out. Yeah, I don't know. We have a good friendship where we do that sometimes for each other.
We do.
It is helpful.
It is helpful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
find a buddy. Get to digging.
Your spiritual buddy.
Spiritual buddy.
But anyway, we hope you guys enjoyed this quick conversation about your belief and how powerful it is. Each one of these topics that we talked about could be a whole daytime, or maybe even lifetime of study. But it's important to even just gloss over it to gift you, I was going to say get you or give you, but to gift you that idea of you really do have power in all of this. You are not a victim to the circumstances in your life, and it's really important to understand that and to move forward in that belief and that understanding of the power that you have as a divine being.
Truth. I just, you know, what she said, that was amazing. But yeah, so if you're feeling helpless about something you need to heal, just know it's in your hands. You can do it.
You got it.
We believe in you, but you got to believe in yourself. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, if you want to get in touch with us, go here or here, and we'll be happy to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, depending on what platform you're on.
Yeah. And say hey to us.
And say hey. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
Bye.